Liverpool versus everybody. Am I on? Yes, I am live. We are live. Before I get into anything, first things first. People who know this channel, who've been here, you know I'm not here for subscriptions. I'm not here for subscribers. I'm not here for friends, for thumbs up. You'll never hear me say smash the like button or subscribe to my channel so I can get some odd thousand. I don't care about that. I'm here for the truth. I'm here for honest opinions and to have dialogue with people who care to dialogue in the comments below during a live or after you've watched. That's what I'm here for. That being said, I'm about to get into some heavy stuff. So, after I've said all that, you choose what you want to do. The war of words has reignited again between Ramos and Klopp. Klopp was asked about Ramos or the Champions League or whatever, and instead of Klopp, skirting around the answer or deflecting, or as he does, he's done that several times with other situations. For some reason, he felt like he didn't want to do it this time. So he gave Ramos some kind of ammo to come back, and Ramos has come back and basically said Klopp's making excuses. He's lost finals before, facts. It's not because of him that they lost. Klopp should be focused on his team and not other teams or other people who have had great resumes like him. We all know Ramos is a serial winner. Champions Leagues, World Cup, probably got individual awards. I mean, trophies, his trophy cabinet is full. This is a losing battle. This is what I don't want Klopp to do. The facts are we didn't lose because of what happened to Salah. We lost because we had a keeper who wasn't fit enough to play in a big-time game. That's what it comes down to. And I'm going to get back to the Salah thing in a minute, but it wasn't because of the tackle on Salah. It wasn't. At the time, that was hard to see. And because of our weak squad at the time, there wasn't really much coming off the bench that could really help us. There was no Sturridge. There was no Keita. There was no Shaqiri. We just didn't have what we have now. So that's the reason why we lost, not because of what Ramos did. So I get that Klopp gets questions, and I get that he has to answer them. But how many times has he been asked questions about transfer rumors, all of that, and he's skirted around that question, or he's deflected that question? Yeah, well, we can say fuck Ramos all we want. That Champions League final was months ago, okay? It was months ago. What I wanted to hear Klopp say was, hey, they beat us. Hopefully we can get back to the final, get some revenge, change what happened. We can change the outcome, make it better this time. But not feed into the whole, what Ramos has done in his past, how that was such a bad foul, yada, 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 how he affected the game because what he did to Karius, what he did to Salah. You just let it go, man. What up, my man? Yeah, but Jason, my point is, that was then. We got bigger fish to fry. Klopp should be letting his tactics, his coaching, his players speak for him. He doesn't need to get into a war of words with somebody like Ramos or Mourinho. He just doesn't need to do it. When they ask him questions like that, I prefer him to just skirt around like he's done it before. Yeah, I mean, it's just there's no need to get into that kind of war of words. There's no need for it. So I want to speak about that, and I hope that's the end of it. Ramos seems to say he doesn't really want to keep going back and forth, but trust and believe, the more we keep talking about it, the more Ramos will talk about it. Ramos got the trophy, so he could care less. He usually does. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why he even entertained that. There was no need for him to do that. There's other ways he could have answered that. So hopefully that's done. Let's talk about Salah. Oh man, we're just talking about the Ramos kind of back and forth between him and Klopp about the Champions League and him kind of being the reason that we lost, whatever. Thank you, my man. That's all I'm saying, man. Just you don't need. There'll be people who disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm only giving you facts and opinions. You know what I mean? The fact is, you should not be. We lost the game. That's the fact. We lost the game. Okay, whatever. It wasn't because of that tackle. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think Klopp should be encouraged by that performance. It wasn't like they dominated us. That wasn't the case at all. We had two really, really bad mistakes, and that was it. That was the game. But different keepers in there, we'll never know what happened. But anyway, I want to keep talking about the Champions League. I want to talk about Salah. And so allegedly, I don't want to jump to conclusions on this. Allegedly, Liverpool has snitched on Salah. Now, here's the thing. People will say, well, they snitched because they didn't want the police to find out first. The police have their own Twitter account. They would have found out anyway. Social media, everyone has social media now. Every network, every business, almost everybody has social media. You didn't have to snitch on them, Liverpool. You didn't have to snitch. You could have let them find out on their own, but you snitched on your man. Now, let's go back. And I want to ask you guys an honest question. If I was Steven Gerrard, if that was Milner, if that was Hendo, if that was Jamie Carragher, give me your honest opinion. Do you think Liverpool would have snitched on him? And I know there's going to be people who are going to say I'm race baiting, which to this day I still don't know what that means. People saying, oh, not this again. You're talking about race. It's not about that. What is it about then? Why would you do this? Why? Why? Another thing is, as good as Milner was, how in the world is he getting man of the match over Keita and Mane? The two best players on the pitch for both teams. Milner was amazing. Don't get it twisted. Milner was immense. And I'm going to talk about Milner in a second. Milner was fantastic. He was really good, and he was a real captain. And that's what you want to. That's what I feel like, personally, I miss from Henderson. Not to say that Henderson doesn't do some of those things. Maybe I just don't notice it. But I feel like Milner was really had a captain's performance. He led by example, vocal, talking to Trent, trying to, get him to, stay calm and, reassure him. And so he keeps his confidence high. Not that he needed that from Milner, but you talk to different players, and Curtis Jones came out and said it. Milner is the guy who's really leading me, man, who's really the guy that I go to for advice every game. Milner is the most fit guy on the team, and he's the oldest guy on the team, which is, I don't know if he's older than Cloudbond. He's one of the oldest. I'll say one of the oldest. He's the most fit guy on the team. He's played just about every position you could imagine. So I love Milner, but there's no way in the world that he gets man of the match. I'm sorry. Jason, it's their way to exert power. We don't fear, respect cops as much as you guys do in the States. Oh, man, we don't fear cops here, buddy. But maybe that's what you've been told, but there's no respect. White people might. I'm just gonna get straight up with you. White people might respect them. Black folks do not respect cops here, or nor do we fear them. So as a whole, there's some that do. As a whole, we don't fear cops. Jumped on it anyway. It's better. Liverpool came forward. Good gesture. That's fair enough. I don't think they should have said anything. They would have found out anyway. I believe they found out anyway before Liverpool even put that snitch report in. But look, it is what it is. I'm gonna move on from that because I'm not gonna harp too much on that. I've said what I had to say. That's my opinion on it. But hopefully it doesn't cost us anything. Hopefully it doesn't cost Salah anything major. You know what I mean? So that's the news on Salah. And I think when you start seeing people who are questioning who he is as a man, that's just, you just got to just laugh at that, right? Because look, none of us know Salah personally, but for all that I can see, he's got a bit of a mean streak on the field. He's shown that. But as far as what he does off the field and his country, locally, it seems like every time he's out and about, he's willing to take pictures with people, sign autographs. He seems like a pretty friendly, nice, humble kind of guy. That's what I could say. Mercy, what's up? So, I don't get why people were trying. It doesn't surprise me that people are trying to paint the picture of Salah being this nasty kind of guy. There's all kind of jokes out there now of all of these kind of made up things people are throwing out about him being really terrible towards his animals, if he even has any animals. It's just gotten to be kind of a joke now. It's kind of like a circus. So hopefully again there's nothing too bad that he has to now suffer from that consequences wise. Listen, texting while driving, talking while driving, and then we all universally it's not the best thing to do. It's not safe. You hurt yourself, you can hurt other people. So we get that, and whatever the discipline that he needs to have from that, he deserves it. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of hard to see that Liverpool kind of turned him in. That's how I look at it. I heard the dude asking for the autograph was a Manchester United fan. He's the reason players can't sign autographs anymore. He uses kids to block their card. Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know how much truth there is to that. That's alleged to me. It's easy for somebody to make it up to be a Man United fan. I don't have any facts on that. I didn't see it. I don't know any truths on that. So, either way, again, it's Liverpool who turned him in, from as far as I can see. And if that's happening from a Man United fan, listen, that's what fans of other teams do. Liverpool right now have a bit of a bullseye on them. We're doing well, and I think a lot of teams don't like that. The fact that we have been doing not so well for so long, and now that we've got this amazing team, people don't want to see us succeed. So I get it. It is what it is. This is part of being a supporter, and what you have to unfortunately deal with rival supporters. So there's a few things on my mind. It was good to see what Fab's been saying throughout the week, that he really wants to fight for his role, and he knows that it's going to be a fight. And apparently, Klopp has told him that. It wasn't going to be just him playing every game. And And that's what you need. Again, we have more players who have other options, and they keep picking us. You know what I mean? Shaqiri, United, a few other teams wanted him. He wanted to be a part of this project. And he knew that he was going to be a guy that would be more of a role player. He wasn't going to be starting every single game. But did you see the smile on his face before he came in the game? That's a guy who wants to be at Liverpool. That's a guy who wants to play in front of those fans. Let me just say this. I know I wasn't at the game. I get it. I know people will question my fandom and my support because I'm an American supporting Liverpool. But is it me or was it dead quiet large periods of times at Anfield? Why is that? Can somebody tell me that? How is it the opening game of the season, opening day? You're one of the last two teams that play. The weather's nice, maybe a little cool, chilly, windy. How is it that it's that quiet? How? I don't get that. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. The loudest I heard the crowd is when the kid got on the pitch and Salah hugged him and sent him off. And then there were boos because of the stewards taking him out. Matter of fact, shout out to Salah again. Another example of him. You know, he didn't pull a Lovren. You know what I mean? He didn't try to drag somebody off the pitch. He spoke to the guy, you know, pat him on the back, gave him a hug, send him off. You know what I mean? That's what you like to see. So, but that's the loudest I heard the crowd. That was the loudest. And when we scored goals, of course. But it would just be nice. I mean, you know, I know it was one of those games where we kind of dominated this team and maybe you just don't get excited for that. But I don't know, man. I'd be losing my voice every game if I was able to go to Anfield. And I think some people in Liverpool really take it for granted. It's not a knock on people from Liverpool who go to games. Some of you maybe on this channel who go to games often or every game. But if I was there, I'd be losing my voice after every match. I mean, so I can't understand people who get to see that every day. You don't realize how fortunate you are. You really don't. Jason said, too many casual fans at the ground. I see dudes eating popcorn there. Yeah, I mean, listen. I could be eating popcorn, a hot dog, a pretzel, 2 beers, and I still, well, you can't have beer, I guess there, but I mean, that's just, you know, too many casual fans, that's fine. I get it. But for the ones who are not, what about the people in the cop? You know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Shout out to Football Banner Show, Drifty and Matt, man. Both of y'all voice were gone. And that's always how y'all do. You always go there and represent. So I appreciate, you know, brothers like y'all, but I don't get how it's just so quiet in Anfield. I mean, and then when I bring up library stuff, people want to get on me about it. Listen, you heard the West Ham fans. Is this the library? That's what they're saying. And it sounded like it large parts of that game. You know, you could probably hear popcorn falling. It was that quiet. So, you know, just wanted to come on and talk about some things that are on my mind. Hopefully the back and forth with Ramos is dead and done. I hope Klopp has nothing else to say, not one more word about that. Hope Salah's okay. What else is I want to talk about? Just overall, man, I can't stop watching that game back because it just really made me proud. You know, through all this preseason, we showed some really good things, but you thought, okay, it's preseason. Are we going to be able to turn it up a notch? And it's almost like they were just coasting through preseason, just knowing that, okay, when the season comes, we got something for you, coach. You think this is something? Wait till the season comes. And back to Milner, you know, it's coming into this season, I think we're all slightly disappointed not getting Fekir or another attacking option. But I got to say, I know it's one game. If we can stay healthy, especially in the midfield, I'm really happy with what we got midfield-wise, man. I'm telling you. I'm really happy with what we have, especially if we're rotating. Especially if we don't have the same midfield three playing every game. And there's different styles we can play. You know, Klopp might want a little more aggressive, a little more fast-paced. He might have, you know, we saw when Shaqiri came on, he's getting the ball going. And they're so in sync. He get the ball, get it to Naby Keita give it back to him. He pushes it off to Rabo. The connection is just so beautiful to see, man. It's just tasty. It's tasty to see. We know what the front three can do. We know that. But when you see how that midfield, where you see how Gini's getting into the game. Now, Gini got to add some goals to his game and be a little bit more clinical. When he's got the ball, he got at least 3 chances that he could have scored from. At least 3. Naby Keita is better than Jorginho. Jorginho's good, but I think, listen, Naby Keita is going to go. I'm saying it right now. I don't care. And it's not about, you know, he's representing the number 8. Forget all that. It's not about Steven Gerrard. I'm sorry. Some of y'all will hate that I'm saying that too. I don't care. It ain't about Steven Gerrard. He's not the next Steven Gerrard. He happens to wear the same number. Get over it. Carry on. Naby Keita is going to be one of the best Premier League midfielders we've ever seen. I just hope we can hold on to him for a long period of time. A guy like that is the kind of guy that it'll be like Salah. After this season, you'll see all these teams coming in. You know what I mean? And it's our job. That's why winning trophies. I know there's people who've left comments and said, you know, it's not that important to win trophies. I don't know who that's a loser's mentality to me. That's a loser's mentality to me. So I mean, there's too many people are so okay with just seeing nice football. What's your view about Klopp's comment? He said he doesn't like having the best team. He likes beating the best team. I think he's just saying that he doesn't need to have a team full of these big names, or kind of larger than life figures. I think he just wants some guys that he thinks can play ball, and if they fit his system, then he'll go with that. I mean, he's done it everywhere he's been. I think that's what you're asking. I think that's what he means by it. I didn't hear him say that. He doesn't like having the best team. He likes having the best. He doesn't like having the best team. He likes to beat the best team. Yeah, yeah. I think he just here's the thing. I think what he means by that is he doesn't need to be called, oh, that you're the best team. He wants to show it more so than be called that. And I think the work ethic that he instills into these players, the belief he has in them and in himself, I think that's what he means. He wants to beat the best teams, and you've seen that everywhere he's gone. He wants to beat whoever that people are saying are the best teams. In Germany, it was Bayern, got back-to-back Bundesligas. You know what I mean, and handled them pretty well while he was there. So, I mean, I just think he's the kind of guy where he likes to kind of be the underdog. I think that's what he meant by that. So hopefully I answered your question. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think he just means he kind of thrives in that underdog style. And his thing, he always says it. Anything is possible in football. That's why he's in the culture. He loves it. Anything is possible, and the idea that he could be kind of that David and knock off the Goliath, if you will, is what he thrives on. And I love him for that. So, Mercy, what do you think about people saying second place and no trophies is a success? Listen, man, everybody, it's a loser's mentality. It's a loser's mentality. And too many fans are happy with us pushing City, with no trophies and maybe going the distance in the Champions League and losing in the semifinal or the final. And that's an honest thing. That's not just something I heard. Like, people have told me they're happy with that. Look, listen. Some of those people are some folks that we have on here, like-minded fans that leave comments, and I love them. Good people. Dialogue is cool. Appreciate your opinions, but that's a loser's mentality, man. To say that you don't care about trophies, that's insane. That's insane to me. But everybody has their way of supporting. Everybody has their views and opinions, and I'm not going to knock them for it. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think that they support the way they support. They have their own feelings, and maybe watching good football every season and getting that close, or just getting top 4 every season, is okay for them. Listen, we haven't won trophies in so long. Maybe people are just, they've just become immune to, they're allergic to winning. I don't know. I have no idea. But everyone says it. It's the truth. I think this club, we're here to win trophies. If not, why else are we here? We're not Crystal Palace. We're not West Brom. We're not Southampton. Hell, we're not Everton for damn sure. We're here to get trophies. And if we're not doing that, then something's not right. Jason said, Redman TV dude told Klopp directly he just enjoys the ride. Yeah, I try to talk about other channels, especially channels that I don't really rate and don't really watch. I'm not surprised that they said that. Not surprised at all. They're the kind of guys that just enjoy the ride. They travel all over the world, which hey, if you're fortunate enough to travel over the world to watch your team, who am I to hate on that? That's a beautiful thing. But that's what they go for. To go get pissy, drink, travel, blog about it, vlog about it, talk about it, yell about it. But at the end of the day, trophyless. And they're cool with that. You know what I mean? They're still making their money, for their podcasts and videos and subscriptions and all that. So, hey, look, it is what it is, man. I enjoy the ride as well, but I want some trophies. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I'll enjoy the ride again if we're on that ride. But at the end of the ride, if we're throwing up, I said this before, if we're throwing up after the ride, I'm not going to be happy. I want to finish the ride and be ready for the next one. You know what I mean? So we have it all in us to win the league this year. We do. I'm not going to jump out there and say we're winning it. It's our year, and we're top of the league right now. It's one game. Pump your brakes. Chill out. At the end of the day, Liverpool is the only team that's going to keep Liverpool from succeeding this year. I keep saying it. I'll keep saying it. Liverpool is the only team that's going to stop us from winning this year. Okay? And that's on all fronts. You know what I mean? We could do some big things this year. And, we say it every season, Sturridge is like a new signing. I'm going to say it again because it is like a new signing. It's a big if, though, if we can keep him healthy. And so I think right now he might have to just be happy with 20 minutes a game right now. Until we get into that part of the season, we're playing 2-3 games a week where we can kind of rotate him and maybe he'll start. Until then, he's got to be happy with 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I'll be very disappointed if we don't win the league and get to semis. And win the league, semis, and Champions League. That's good because that means we've gotten back to the semis again. in Champions League. So in 2018, we really progressed. Yeah, no, for sure. We progressed ever since Klopp has been there. Let's not get it twisted. You know, it was hurtful to see us get bounced out of two finals in his first season, half season, whatever you want to call it, first 8 to 10 months, whatever it was. But you know, we got there, and that's go back and look at the roster Klopp had. Go back and look at the roster. Tell me what other manager, please, and all of you who love Pep or love any other coach, please tell me a manager that would have gotten those two squads to those finals. Just tell me. I know we didn't win it. I get it, and that's frustrating. It is. But you think it's not more frustrating than Klopp? You know, he can't buy a trophy right now. I mean, of course it's frustrating. But just tell me, look at that squad. Look at the squad. How did he get those teams to finals? Klopp had 12 fit players for 12. Again, same thing. How did we get to the championship? Now to the Champions League final. Now look, we got some guys that work hard. You know, Milner, Hendo, the four guys. And that's the thing about Firmino, man. He's one of them dudes that he's just so important, and he's unlike any striker that I've ever seen. You know, people laugh at you when you put up tweets or you mention Firmino as being one of the top strikers in the world, but people don't know football. We're not talking about the best scorers in the world because he's not one of those. We know that. But as a striker and what you do for your squad, the hard work that most strikers wouldn't even want to do because why would they? The divas of the world. No one does what Firmino does for his squad. Nobody. Nobody runs back, dives on the ground, steals ball from center backs or midfielder players, gets the ball back, recycles it, passes the ball. This is why he's so important, making space. You think about the first goal against West Ham. Keita makes space for Trent to even start that play. That was all started from Trent. But it's from Keita making the space. He made the space. You can drive 5 buses through all that space he had. Made the space. Trent hit the ball to him. Keita gets it, fights through, very Ox style. Fights through, finds Rabo. Rabo does the West, and that's history. But, you know, that's what Firmino does. He makes space all the time. I got sick feeling Klopp's going to use carries for the FA Cup. Well, I mean, you got to rotate a little bit. I hear you. Look, we got to roll the dice on that one. You know, hopefully we have an amazing defensive display then. He's going to, look, that's why you have keepers, right? Because you got to use more than one keeper. Dahir, I'm on your camp. Last season was about enjoying the ride. This season is all about winning trophies. Investment talks. It's from Twitter, by the way. Oh, okay. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Keep delivering the good stuff on the channel. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. To be fair, he scored 27 goals last season. Who? Firmino? By the way, the Salah driving incident was overblown. No big deal, in my opinion. We all know he's a good man. Yeah, we need Monday to come quick. Yeah, it's crazy to have to wait this long again for another game. Can't get enough seeing the last play. Yeah, man, it's beautiful watching him. I'm glad you came by, man. Thank you for leaving a comment. Don't be a stranger, my man. But I think people don't agree with you because I'm not sure they would give the same level of commitment to another manager. What do you mean by that, my man? 27. Firmino. Oh, Firmino, yeah. My man, what you mean by that? Commitment to another manager? What you talking about? I mean, Liverpool wouldn't. What do you mean? Explain that to me. But yeah, so you know, like my man said, it's just you know, we waited forever to see them play on Sunday. Now we gotta wait again till Monday. But it's always worth the wait. You know what I mean? It's always worth the wait. And you know, like I said before, maybe it's gonna help us as far as any small kind of injuries we might have, getting guys rested up. So. Question on Bobby. Do you feel like we're not seeing the best of him as a false nine in terms of showing more of his technical ability? No, I think we are seeing the best of him. I think in another team you might see a different side to him. You might see more goals, or you might not. I think this style of play fits him very well, and I think that's why you'll see Firmino might be one of the guys who stays the longest. Because I think he knows this system fits his skill set so well, in my opinion. I mean, he might go off somewhere. Who knows? But you can tell Firmino loves playing for Klopp, loves playing with these teammates, and I think he believes that Liverpool is this close to really accomplishing some amazing things. So that's a great question. I appreciate that, but I think we are seeing the best of him. I mean, his goal tally is going up every season. It looks like, and I think he's going to have another good season this year. So no, I think Firmino's fine. I don't think we're missing out on anything. I don't think he's sacrificing his skills to you know, because of he's playing for a squad that maybe It's just playing a different way. I think he loves it, and you could tell, you can see. You know what I mean, you would know if he wasn't happy. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be working that hard. You know, nobody's putting a gun to his head. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that because he loves playing for club. You know what I mean? And I think we're seeing the best of his qualities. Personally, that's just how I feel. Um, but yeah, Mane is going to have an outstanding season. I see it. I see it. And it's not even about the goals. It's something in his face, man. It's something in his eyes, something in the way he points at the back of his jersey. Like, listen, it's Mane time this season. You know, y'all been talking about Salah. I ain't get no restructured contract. You know, they moving their feet slow on that. You know, taking all day to get my contract up. So I'm gonna show y'all. And I think Mane's gonna just rip it this season. I'm talking about rip it. You know what I mean? We might see some more nasty tackles. I mean, we're gonna see him miss a lot of goals too, because we do that. We got guys that we move it so fast all the time, and it's amazing that they even are able to get some of the passes through for goals. They move that fast. It's really amazing that the speed that they go, that they're able to, you know what I'm saying, get some of the goals that they get. Where you at, Mame? I agree. I think Mane would be the main man. Yeah, I'm ready for some podcast style videos to join in on from now on, Aaron. Great, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, we'll talk offline, man. Get you on, and that goes for anybody else. Because what I want to start doing is try to get a podcast kind of thing on here with fans after the game. I'm not asking for no money. I'm not asking for nothing special. Just regular people, whatever. You don't have to show your face. Just get on the live. We can all just have a talk about it. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys leaving comments. That's cool. But if you ever want to come on after a game, if you got time, got to get a couple beers, we can all just do like a kind of post-match pint discussion or whatever. You know what I mean? So, Bopper, what's up, bro? I never seen you around. Welcome. What's your thoughts on Klavan leaving? Is it official? I don't know if that's official. I read some rumors about that. Listen, I mean, I don't know if anybody should be leaving the center back department right now. It's just simply because we don't have anybody. So how I feel about it, I feel kind of confused. Hey, that's a head scratcher. Why are you letting Klavan go? For what? I mean, of all the other fullbacks, all the center backs that we have, he might be the one that is the healthiest or can stay the healthiest. So I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but I saw it on a few. Oh, that's the Google Hangout. Again, anybody who's interested in doing post-match pint, whatever you want to call it, directly after the match, let me know. You got to have Google Hangout. We'll get in contact, and yeah. Mom, man, you didn't answer my question, man. Well, you said something earlier that I asked you to make that clear for me. Mane had a lot of frustration with the national team. People have been hating on him, but he seems happy again. Yeah, people can hang all they want. Yes, hangouts. Thank you, brother. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Mom, we got to get you on there, too. But yeah, one more time. Definitely, you guys, if you're in for post-match discussion, great. Not sure about the beer, though. Spliff is fine. But hey, look, man, you do what you got to do. Spliff, beer, some other stuff. So, yeah, it'll be cool to just have people on after a game, man. I love that. I love talking to you guys, especially when you're interacting and you give your honest opinions and stuff like that. It's not about agreeing with me all the time. Trust me. If you got a different opinion, please let me know. I'm not going to attack you for it. I like to have a dialogue, and I like to have people to debate with. We're all supporters. We all got different opinions on things. So please always offer your opinions. It's safe here. So I think that's about it for me, guys. I mean, I'm just saying, Jason. It's a lot of things out there people like to do. Yeah, man. And look, man, throw me your ideas. Pre-game, post-game, whatever. I'm cool with it all, man. I'm cool with it. My time's pretty flexible. So I'm cool with it all. Post-game, pre-game, whatever. You know what I mean? If you guys want to do something pre the Palace, I mean, we got a bunch of days before the game comes. So, hey, man, yeah, I've been watching. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Johnson. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, so you want to do something before Crystal Palace? Let me know. I'm on Twitter. What is my Twitter handle? Damn. I think it's RBG_F_C. R is in rabbit, B is in boy, G is in go, _F_C. Yeah, I've been thinking about that fantasy league, man. I don't really know how to set that shit up though, so I'm just like, it's hard to visualize for me, playing for another manager than Liverpool. maybe wouldn't have the same output in another team and same most for. Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah. No, for sure, for sure. I think that's basically what I was trying to say. I think Firmino is just he loves playing for Klopp, and I just think that's I think we're getting the best of Klopp. The team is getting the best out of him. Um, but yeah, again, we got to remember we didn't get out of second gear. You know what I mean? So that's how you got to beat those teams, and that's what I was saying. I said 4-0 before we went into it. You know what I mean? I'm no hold no punches, man. This team is too good. We're too good. And my thing is, when you're playing those teams, all respect to them because we can't lose to those teams. Obviously, we've shown that. We've improved to a point now where these games we have to be dominating these teams, man. DMU screen recording of how to set up. All right, cool. Do that for me, man. Out of place in the Brazil side, to be honest. I don't think he looks out of place. I mean, he scored more goals than Gabriel Jesus did. So, I mean, he couldn't be that out of place. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. You know, you think about Liverpool. You know, Brazil don't play that kind of style. Maybe they should, though. Maybe they should. Maybe they should take a book out of Klopp's, page out of Klopp's book and be like, you know what? You know, all right, bro. Yeah, hit me up when you get a chance. But yeah, I mean, maybe they should play that way to get the best out of Firmino. I mean, they got enough guys around him, somebody who can play the Mane role, play the Salah role. You can get Coutinho on one of those roles or underneath as a 10. So, you know, Brazil should be doing better than what they're doing the last couple of World Cups. I'm sorry. They should be doing way better than that. It's Brazil. I mean, they breed, you know, amazing players. So, what up, Jason? So yeah, I'm proud of the team, man. And you know, Crystal Palace down there in Croydon, it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game, Sohurst. But I'm just confident in this team. I want your opinions. I know it's early, but would you put Fabinho in there for height? You know, they got Benteke. Some other, I think some of the center backs are kind of tall. They still got Scott Dan. I don't know if they still have him or not. But they got a pretty big team. Last time I checked. So, do you think Spurs have moved our game because of us banging them at home? Maybe they'll. I don't know. I read that too. Allegedly, they got stadium issues. I don't know. Who knows? But it would have been nice to beat them in their new place. So we got Wembley. I like seeing the team play at Wembley. I'm sure the players like playing at Wembley. It'll have kind of a cup competition feel maybe. So, you know. Who do you think will handle domestic cups this season full strength? You mean goalkeeper or the starting 11 that I think will be in domestic cups? Because that's going to be hard, man. Because I think you got to think Curtis Jones will be in there at some point. Maybe even Camacho. I think he's going to play some of the young guys. And it's not a situation where you're throwing in guys because you ain't got nobody. Now we're throwing in young, like youth players that can actually play. Okay, starting 11. Probably, got to say Karius. Maybe Klein. You could put the young guy, what's his name? Oh, God. What's the young guy's name? Phillips? Trent Phillips? Is it Trent Phillips? And look, the center back situation is tough. At that point, I don't know who will even be fit. But let's say you got to put somebody who's got some experience in there. If we still have Klopp, I don't know. Matip. It's a toss-up for center backs. You know what I mean? But you got to find a way to rest Van Dijk from time to time. And then Alberto on the left. Midfield, I'd say Curtis Jones. Maybe you put a Camacho in there. He's more of a winger, but he's played at right back in the preseason. You could put Grujic. He's still around. Put Grujic in there. And then maybe, you know, a steady head, maybe Hendo, maybe Milner. And then up front, you know, you can throw Sturridge in there. You can put Shaqiri. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe a Solanke, maybe a Origi. I don't know. It's tough to say. The season has gone a bit more, and we got to see who we're actually holding on to because I think there'll be a few players that might leave out because the European window is still open. So we got to wait and see what's going on with that. And once that kind of reveals itself, then we kind of can see what our squad really is because now there's some guys that aren't going to be on our team, you know, come next month. You know what I mean? So got to really wait that out and see. Apparently, there's a bunch of teams in for Mignolet. Surprise to me, but you know he could probably do a job somewhere else. At least as the number 2. So I think it's risky. We need to. I know we got to play a strong team. Yeah, I hear you on that. I mean, it all depends on I think it all depends on the opponent, and just where we are as far as injuries at that point. We're Liverpool, man. We get these weird injuries all the time. So I hear what you're saying, but it depends on what our team is looking like. You know, that's those guys that I think that I was thinking about off the top of my head. You know, that could definitely change. It probably won't be what I said, but I agree. We got to start a somewhat strong squad, but I think having a player like Curtis Jones in there is not making our squad weaker. I really don't. I think the kid is ready to play. He showed a lot for me. Didn't score any goals in the preseason, but was really, really good. In some games, he was the best player, and that's a lot to say for a young guy. So I think Curtis Jones being in the squad, I think Camacho being in the squad is not weakening our team. This is not Woodburn, or this is not Kent, or some of these guys who just underachieved. Terravella. These are guys who actually are ready to make the move, in my opinion. So, you know what I mean? They're sticking around. They didn't get moved on like Woodburn. So that means something. Let's hope we don't lose at home in the FA Cup again. Yeah, I don't want to lose at all in the FA Cup, home, away, or whatever. But, listen, that to me is I don't want to say the easiest, but the FA Cup is a trophy we should definitely be trying to push for, right? I mean, the league is going to be tough. I think it's doable. I think we can do it. I think we will do it. Champions League, again, difficult. I really, really, especially after this Ramos shit, I really, really hope that we get Madrid group stage, quarterfinal, semifinal, whatever. I cannot wait. I really hope we play them again. I really hope we play them again. And hopefully this time we get some revenge. We got embarrassed at home in the FA Cup in past years. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I can say to that, yeah. But, it's a new season, so we got to wipe that clean. All the disappointments we've had in cup games, we got to wipe that clean. At some point it's got to turn. Is it the third season? They say Klopp does well in his third season. Is this the third season that he gets us over the hump? I don't know. But I think Liverpool, put it like this. I can't remember the last time I was this optimistic about the chances of Liverpool achieving some amazing things this season. I've never been this confident about it, ever. And yet, there's still some spots that could have been filled. I get it. But look at that midfield. If we can keep guys healthy, I'm telling you, that's a pretty impressive midfield. It's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? So that's a big if, though. We got to keep guys healthy. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Guys got to stay fit. And if we can do that, look, we're going to have injuries here and there. We've already got some. We know that. But, if we can keep guys, just healthy to January. Beyond, hopefully, of course, but to January. Then we kind of get an idea of how we're going to try to finish the season strong. You know what I mean? So get through the January, get through the Christmas, the busy holiday, all those games we'll have during the week, which I've always thought was exciting. I get the players may not like it because it's too many and the managers, Klopp hates it. But I love seeing Liverpool that much. Are you kidding me? That much during a week? Oh, man. I love that. So, but we got a while before then. And again, this time in between games, hopefully it's used for the better. More training, more time to look at the opposition team. They'll be able to watch the Fulham and Palace game. Pick out Zaha, pick out, I think Jeffrey Schlupp scored. See what they're doing. Max Meyer, I don't know if he's doing well for them yet. I didn't get to watch the game. But, it's just more time to be with the team. More time for guys to just gel, to connect, to vibe. And, you got to, whatever is brought to you, whatever's presented for you, you got to use it to the best of your ability. Don't let it go against you. Use it for you. So it's a long game. It's a long time in between games, but it's okay. It's okay. It'll be here before we know it. So I'm going to sign off, guys. Appreciate all of you guys, man. Everybody who stopped in. And again, reach out to me on Twitter. If you want to do the podcast thing before or post games, let me know. Let me leave my email too. It's anfield6@icloud.com. Anfield6@icloud.com. If you want to reach out to me for whatever, you want to ask me questions away from football, with football, whatever, hit me up. If you want to be on the Google Hangout, let me know. Peace.